I'm riding back to the north side. You know, I'll be having to make my rounds before I leave town because you ain't never guaranteed to make it back. Got some braids done for everybody that was looking at me last night like, what? But yeah, I was speaking about that depression shit last night, man, and I was thinking about it today. That the things I be telling y'all about depression, I know it from experience. So it's a few people that I know I need to be fucking with. That in the back of my mind, I let depression tell me and keep me away from them because they ain't made the effort to come see me. But the thing about it is, when you really fuck with somebody, ain't no keeping score, man. You don't sit back and say, well, you ain't did nothing for me, so you ain't gave me nothing, or you ain't came to see me. That's sucker shit, man. When you fuck with somebody, fuck with them. Don't take your people for granted, man. What's up with it? I need to take some time out to go watch the videos you sent me on IG, Pat. Don't think I forgot about you. I just been moving. Part of the shit of what I'm doing right now, I originally wasn't getting out the house to go see my bro. I was dealing with the job situation. Dude hit me up this morning, told me my medical card that I sent him, not that it was expired, but it wasn't my most recent medical card and they needed to match it up. So he was like, man, either you're gonna have to go find that one or go to the DMV and give them that old one you gave me. Because they don't match up. And then we get to do with you now. I already booked you to flight to Chicago, so you got to go make a match up. And if I told you I wasn't praying and saying a whole lot of fathers and Jesuses, I'd be lying because I was. I was calling around. I finally, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking about how important it is. I'm like, let me get off this phone and get in my car and put my face in the place so these people can see me and I can get an understanding of what's going on. I called the people that actually had it first. I wouldn't show where it was, but I called them first and they gave me the automated voice runaround. Then I ate, waiting on them to call me back. I called the other folks. They were like, now they was very helpful. The second people I called, they just didn't have the information because I didn't get my physical done there. But if I did, they would have been real helpful. But after I got off the phone with them, I'm like, man, I can't be playing. I ain't got nothing but a day and a half to get this stuff done. So I got in my car and went to the next town over and handled their business. So as of right now, everything's all good with the job situation. But what I was saying about that depression is, man, you can't let depression win. You got to start noticing the signs. One thing, one of my other partners, Lil T, the one that I told y'all to pray for that was in the hospital sick, he said something to me one time and it stuck with me. I was at his house, he was telling me what he wanted to do in the future and all this and that. And I wasn't hating on him like, man, you ain't gonna be able to do that, you can't do that, or you ain't gonna make it, or you. But I was like, man, that shit gonna be hard. You better think about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might fuck around and he said, man, you being real negative right now, bro. Everything you say is negative. And I thought about it. I thought about it right then. And I told him, I said, you know what, bro? You're right. I'm glad you said that because I feel negative. And the way I feel is coming out in my conversation and I don't like it. And now that you just said something about it, I'm gonna try to do something about it. And to me, it's just like when I realize I'm going through a state of depression, and I wanna change the way I feel, the way I'm moving. It's a lot easier to do it when I can recognize what I'm going through. I'm trying to get back on YouTube more. Now that I'm fit to be driving again, I might need y'all to keep me awake again, even though I'm be driving all different times of the day and night. Maybe. So, you know. Then when I pull over at truck stops, you know I'm gonna need my people. So we should try to get this back on track. I really ain't took no time out to talk about certain things. I be seeing shit, and it be a lot of shit that stick in my head. Well, I ain't gonna say it stick in my head, but it pop up in my head like I need to talk about this. So I saw my man, and I'm waiting on my boy to get here. One of the things I had made a thumbnail for it and everything is when G.S. Lil Running got killed. And I wanted to explain something to the killers, the fans, people who just came about the situation, seen it online. G.S. Lil Running did not get killed. G.S. Lil Running got music out. And through that music, he gonna live forever. But Lil Running, the father, the nigga to take all the pictures with his daughter, the one to be with his child all the time, that's the man that got killed. You see what I'm saying? People can talk about how he shouldn't have been at that car wash with his daughter and all this and that. But the thing about it was two different people. You had G.S. Lil Running, the rapper, the nigga to talk all that shit, nigga to carry them pistols, nigga to be out in the streets, the nigga that had beef for whatever you want to call it. And then you had Lil Running, the nigga that was always with his daughter, taking pictures with his daughter, the nigga that was at the car wash with his daughter when they came and killed him. And I be wanting people to know, especially dudes that's out here in the street, that your enemies, your opposites, your ops, your people you beefing with ain't gonna try to differentiate the two. They not gonna separate it. Who you is to your mama and your daddy and your sisters and your brothers, the people that depend on you, from the person that they hate, the person that be talking shit about their dead homies or whatever it is that other part of you do, they not gonna separate it. Man, I'm on here right now. You better take advantage. Nah, I'm just messing with you, man. I've been going through it, bro. I know I don't look like what I've been through. It's fit to get even better. But, you know, it's a must that I come back and tell y'all that just like me, man, you got to pick yourself back up when you fall, man. You know? Don't never give up on life. Don't never give up on yourself. Don't never give up on your dreams, because that next 5 minutes, that next day, that next week might be your time. You know what I'm saying? God don't give up on us. But sometimes we sit back and we want from God. And God ain't the type that's gonna tell you that, hold on, man, be patient, I got something better for you. He just gonna show up and show out. So you got to hold on until God get what he got for you ready for you. It's hard to tell people that when they ain't never seen it. But at the same time, it's hard not to tell people that when you done seen it so many times. And trust me, I used to be the dude that had never seen it. I used to be the dude that like, man, you couldn't tell me there's a God with all the shit that I'm going through and I done been through, and I ain't never coming out on top, and I ain't never winning, and I ain't never getting what I deserve. But somehow, I'm here right now today. I got good news right now today. I'm alive and breathing, kicking in my sound, mind, and body right now today. So how in the hell did I overlook what God was doing for me way back when I felt like he wasn't doing that? Because trust me, I done had some dark days and some dark nights. But the sun always come back out. My season always come back around. It's one thing I used to tell people, like, man, sometimes I be waiting on the fall off because every time I never bounce back, it been better. It's like the shake shedding the skin. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to get all that old shit off for you to come out brand new. And when a snake is shedding the skin, sometimes he got to wedge himself in between a rock and a hard place to get that skin off. So sometimes you might find yourself caught between a rock and a hard place. Somewhere you feel like, dang, this is so uncomfortable. This is not where I want to be. This is not what I want to be doing. I'm not living the way I want to. All I can tell you is, man, you find yourself in a situation like that, evaluate yourself, evaluate your life, evaluate your relationship with God. Please. Because it ain't nobody out there that want better for you than he do. And I ain't trying to preach to you, but you're going to get to the preaching. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get to the preaching. Because I ain't had nothing to talk about. I just got on the camera, so I'm assuming whatever I say is what God wanted me to say. That's the message that I was supposed to relay today. But I do be wanting to talk about depression, man, because in the world we live in today, so many people going through depression. So many people dealing with things and they don't know what to do. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know who to be around, who to trust. And another thing I always tell people, I be kind of joking halfway, but I'm serious. People ask me who can they talk to or who can they vent to. I tell them, go get a pit bull. Go get you a pet. Go get you a dog. One thing about a dog is, a few things about a dog. Let me explain to you. They gonna listen. They never gonna run behind your back and tell you business. They never gonna judge you for the information you bestowed upon them. And they gonna always love you no matter what you done wrong. Sometimes people need that. It's very rare that you're gonna find all that in a person. Especially if that person's somebody besides your mama or your grandma. And sometimes they gonna give up. What's up, Dorothy? But man, I want to talk about some worldly events. Another thing I want to talk about, and this is for the young folks. This is for the young folks who running the streets, getting all this money, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I could. What's up, too? I'm glad I could do that for you, bro. Maybe one day you'd do it for me or somebody else. But my thing is, to the young folks out here toting these pistols, having their way, uh, getting this bread, running around, you know what I'm saying, carefree in his life. Let me remind you something. You see how a few months ago, that nigga P. Diddy was the hottest thing in the news. Everybody was talking about him because, you know what I'm saying, they was talking about him because he had fucked up. But he in the prison system. They don't talk about him no more. That nigga was a billionaire. That nigga had some of the finest women in the world. His kids out here still making money. His name's still out here making money. But he in the prison system, so niggas still forgot about him. Motherfuckers still forgetting about him. Fuck you think they gonna do with you? I don't give a damn how much money you made out here, nigga. They don't remember you when you gone and you can't put no money in their pocket. They don't remember you when you can't go to the club and buy them no drinks. They don't remember you when you can't, you know what I'm saying, buy them no diapers for their baby. They gonna find the next motherfucker. It's gonna be the next young nigga out here getting money. It's gonna be the next nigga out here riding flat. It's gonna be the next nigga out here with jewelry, riding in a demon, riding in a Hellcat, riding in a scat pack, whatever. Niggas out here getting Lambos. They gonna forget about you. What your guy say? I ain't trying to be damn bad, sitting in the cell talking about some shit I used to have. Real shit. What you think niggas in prison do? They plan scheme, talk about what they gonna do when they get out and talk about what they used to do. Niggas trying to be the man about who used to have this shit. Nigga, now everybody going to the store and can't get nothing but $60 a week from the store. So your Lambo and your pictures in the club with stacks of money this tall don't mean shit, bro. Cause it's a nigga over there in that corner that was smoking crack on the street. Got about $2,000 worth of noodles. He in here hustling like he's still out there in that world on that shit. You can't outdo him. When it's time to spread, he got all the noodles, all the chips, all the refried beans, the summer sausages, the cheese blocks. You ain't even a man in prison no more. It's a nigga you used to sell work to, you used to sell crumbs to. A nigga stunting on you that used to wash your white walls. Y'all don't know how that shit feel, man. I'm trying to tell you. You got to get past that caterpillar stage in life where you crawling around this world thinking you having it your way. Money ain't gonna solve your problem. I know when you broke, it seems like, man, I guarantee you half of the people that's on here right now, half of the people gonna watch this when you see this, think about what I'm finna tell you. If somebody came to you right now, today, and told you, hey bro, here go $20,000, tax free, you don't owe me nothing, here. That $20,000 will probably solve 90% of the problems you have. Now, let me give you a different scenario. A nigga right now come and give you $20 million. In a year, you would have $20 million problems. Money wouldn't be able to solve them problems. It's life. That's just how it goes. So what you need to do is get some God in your life. Get some humbleness about yourself. Start helping people be right with yourself. Because that's what's going to solve them leftover problems. That rest of that shit you got to deal with that money ain't going to take care of. You know what I'm saying? After all your bills paid, and your car note paid, and your cell phone paid, and you done ate, and the doctor called and tell you, hey man, you got cancer. What the fuck is money gonna do? Money ain't gonna take care of you if that doctor called you and tell you got cancer. It might get you some treatment, but in some cases, that treatment cause more pain. In some cases, that treatment end your life faster. You just never know. So, like I say, man, yeah, money can solve some problems, but it ain't gonna get you out of all the things you're going through. I made a post on my Facebook yesterday. They said whether I got $100 or 100,000, you not gonna know because I'm gonna be the same nigga. Either way. Money don't make me. Money don't change me. I done been up there. I done been down there. I'm the same. I'm gonna treat my people the same way, whether I'm broke or whether I'm not. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I'm going out to eat and I got the money and you ain't got it, you gonna eat anyway. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna eat. And I learned from a nigga that I fuck with, rest in peace to Wally, that if I'm paying for your food, I don't wait until we eat and it's time to pay the bill and then give you some money in front of everybody. I slide that to you and ain't nobody got to know I gave you that. The waitress ain't got to know that. The people that we eating with ain't got to know that. That's between me and you. Don't nobody need to know that I done gave you some money. I'm not trying to flash that and let everybody know that. And what happened on that was, me, Wally, and Lil Cool went out one time with Lil Cool girlfriend and her cousin. I ain't gonna say we went out. We went to the movies and they just happened to be up there. So when we left the movie, we were like, hey, we hungry. We finna go get some meat. What y'all gonna do? And it used to be a place called Shoney's right outside the movie theater, like across the parking lot. So we all shot over there. And keep in mind, I'm young. So I ain't have a whole lot of money on me. I done already bought the gas, put some gas in the car. I remember this was my first car. You know, I'm keeping a full tank of gas because I'm always going somewhere. But I had bought some gas, put gas in the car, went to the movies. We get out to the restaurant. And this ain't no date. I don't know you. It's 3 dudes and 2 females. So when we get here, we all chilling. I look on the menu, find the cheapest thing on the menu, which was like some chili cheese fries. Because I'm broke. She ordered a steak. Okay, when it's time for the bill, the waitress come like, how y'all gonna pay for this? Y'all paying together? Y'all separate? I'm like, separate. She like, he paying for it. And I'm like, he who? And I was real flamboyant when I was young, so I'm like, man, what's my middle name? You expect me to be up here paying you, buying you steaks, and you don't even know my name? Where I'm from? Who hood I'm from? What they call me? You don't know me. I'm not paying them. Her cousin started trying to answer questions. I'm like, no, none of that shit count. I don't know this girl. This ain't no date. For all I know, you could have been here with Wally. We ain't discussed none of this. So I done kind of embarrassed her. And when it's time to pay, Wally slid her the money. I seen him do it. He slid her the money. And she paid for her food. When we got in the car, he told me, he said, bro, I ain't trying to put you on blast, but you ain't even had the money to pay for that shit, did you? I'm like, man, hell no. He said, that's why you was doing this shit. I already know. He said, but bro, you could have just tapped me and asked me to borrow the money, man. I'll slid it to you, bro. It ain't that. He said, man, if you need something, just ask. He said, I ain't gonna put you on blast or you try to, you know what I'm saying, like you did her. He said, you was wrong for that shit. And I thought about it and I was wrong for it, and I apologized when we had got to her crib that night. Because we followed them home. Um, I ain't gonna lie, I was playing, lying on my dick playing, but I was fucking with cool, and I was gonna tell the truth. Right, like soon as I said shit, I was gonna tell the truth. This how it went. She had put me on the couch, and I'm sitting there tossing and turning on the couch the whole time. And I come up in there, and something told me, hey, go get in the bed with her. So I went, and I woke her ass up. I'm like, hey, I'm getting in the bed with you. She was like, come on. I got in the bed. Went to sleep. Woke up next morning. Me and Cool in her kitchen making omelets. We making breakfast for the house. Cool gonna ask me, boy, you get your son last night? I'm like, hell yeah. I was about to say, nah, I'm just playing. Before I could say that, little mama said, nigga, quit lying on your dick. You ain't getting no pussy last night. Bro looked at him like, God damn, bro, you lying on your dick? I was like, man, I was just playing. Nigga, you wasn't playing, you was lying on your dick. I'm like, damn, bitch, I was playing. I was fit to tell the nigga I was playing. I was just playing, yo. Made me feel real bad up in that motherfucker. That bitch said, nigga, quit lying on your dick. You ain't getting no pussy last night. But, you know how it be. A lot of different shit happen when you're young. Oh, I don't think I told y'all last night. One thing me and little bro talked about was YouTube. That's what made me stop and say, hey, man, matter of fact, let me take a picture. My phone fit down. I was on like 4% when I took the picture. But when he come home, I'm going to try to start a podcast with bro, where we sit and talk about incarceration. Telling y'all our stories. He telling me. One thing about it though, and I don't understand this. Bro, they had bro in one of the South prisons. And when I say South prison, I ain't mean like you can't die, because I don't care what prison you're in, you can lose your life. But they had him in the prison in Arkansas is mainly for drug offenders and people who done messed up on parole. And they got to do their little 6 months. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, bro is he ain't been work release. So it's kind of like a smaller version of a prison, but everybody there leave prison and go to work every day. I'm proud of my dude, man. He's stacking up his money, getting ready to come back to the world and be a productive member of society. And I'm going to do whatever I got to do, or whatever I can do to help him. And I'm going to use it. Like I told you, you're supposed to use people. You just don't misuse people. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to set up this prison podcast where we sit and talk. I'm going to try to make it to where like people can call in. I want to try to fix this thing. One more time. I wanna make it to where people can call in to the show. Ask their questions, man. I could probably do that. What's up with it? On her. I probably just have to I know I had to have two phones if I'm doing it off my phone. Because I had to be talking on one phone and recording on the other one. But y'all want to do something like that? Where you can call in live? Probably ask questions or be my co-host for an episode or something. So I was talking to bro, I was telling him like, man, you know, when it's time to tell your prison story, people gonna want to know about how it was when you first got to prison, first fight, and all they gonna want game, things you peeped out and realized, things you had to come to the realization of. And you're like, oh yeah. He said, man, it's a bunch of wild shit happening. But he was telling me some of the same shit that I be seeing online that I don't be understanding, which is these dudes be in prison geeked up off K2. And I remember when people first started smoking K2, that's like potpourri and shit. They used to say it was synthetic marijuana. And I ain't gonna lie, right down the street, I can damn near see the house. I was it when I did it. I'm looking at the house next door. I hear some of this shit. I done told y'all this before. And by the time it came around that second time, I told my boy, I was like, man, this ain't synthetic weed, this synthetic sherm. Like, what do you mean? I say, nigga, this shit is like a sherm high. He's like, what you talking about? I'm like, bruh. Okay, for instance, nigga, right now I feel like I'm sitting in a boat in the middle of the goddamn ocean and the boat just rocking. I can feel the waves, bro. He like, oh man, you tripping. I said, nah, see, that's the point, bro. I'm not tripping. Because I know that I'm sitting here in this room with you on this bed. And the feeling that I'm having is the high from this shit we smoking, bro. But I said, ain't no weed gonna have you hallucinating, feeling something that ain't happening, thinking you somewhere you ain't. That's what Sherm do. So he keep telling me, nah, man, you tripping. I'm like, man, who you get this shit from? He's like, Miss Vicky's boyfriend. I'm like, where he at? He's like, he in her room. I said, come on, let's go holler at him. I'm like, bro, will you tell this nigga he thinking this was synthetic weed, nigga? I'm talking about, nigga, this like Sherm. He like, yeah, it's like LSD or PCP. I'm like, PCP is Sherm, my guy. He get mad at the dude. But I'm like, bro, you can't get mad at dude. Dude didn't make you smoke that shit. But I'm sitting here telling you, you think I'm your homeboy, and you think I'm gonna tell you something wrong. I'm telling you, quit hitting the shit, put the shit out, throw the shit away. That nigga had kept on hitting it. He never did start feeling what I was feeling, but I was like, man, maybe it ain't gonna hit everybody the same way, but it hit me in a way that I know not to fuck with it no more. I'd have been there before. I'd have been down that road. Nigga, I was lucky not to be one of them motherfuckers that was running down the street naked. I don't know why that happened to motherfuckers. Because most people always have a different excuse of why they didn't strip down out their clothes. I remember me and my boy Dindy, and I know y'all done heard me talk about Dindy before, but Dindy used to be on that shit. Yeah, he had me on it. That's when I was on it, fucking with it. But we were fucking with his cousin. I can't remember her name, but I ain't gonna lie, she was sexy as hell. And I'm trying to get at her. Some baby. T baby or sweet baby or some baby. Oh man, we over here getting high with her, we chilling, then we go, cause we fit to go make some money, bust a play. We ain't gone 10 minutes. And the motherfucker is calling the phone like, bruh, nigga, you was just over here with baby. They're like, yeah, they were like, man, come get your cousin, bro. She out here naked, bro. He like, what you mean? Like, bro, she walking around outside naked, bro. She high off this shirt. I said, damn. I think it was the next time when that shit hit me hard. I ain't get naked. I went blind and deaf at the exact same time. It's like I blinked, and when I opened my eyes, everything was black. Not only was everything black, I couldn't hear shit. I couldn't even hear the words that I was saying. So, and then I was in the back seat, and then they had the music bumping. Then they used to have some house speakers. We took the 20-inch house speakers out the thing and had a custom box Chevy. So them motherfuckers in the trunk, and that sound like a gorilla in that bitch trying to get up out that hole. Boy, you can feel it. Boom, 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 boom. Just hitting in your back. This is going on while I'm blind and deaf. Now, I'm yelling and screaming, trying to get bro to hear me, but I can't hear myself. So I'm really tripping. And I'm trying to remember, because one thing about me is my mind is pretty much stable. Just like I was telling y'all about the shit down there, I'm thinking about where I'm at and who I'm with and what we was doing. I can't hear this music no more, but I can feel the vibration, so I know, okay, I got to be. And I'm reaching up here and I'm screaming, hey! And then I feel the bass in my back go lower and lower and lower. And I'm like, man, I can't see shit. I can't hear shit. I'm blind and I'm deaf. And I'm like, man, if I'm still in the car with Bird and then y'all shake me, man. Let me know I'm still in the car with you. Why is this nigga getting dropped off? Bro here, man, so let's get the car. I have to I got my keys in my pocket. Yeah. Hold on. I don't know why I be doing this, but I be doing this. You know, I be doing it to him with the kicks. Anyway, what I was talking about? Yeah, man, we was tripping back then. But I had went deaf and blind, messed with Din. And that shit lasted a few hours. And then next thing I know, I blinked. And when I opened my eyes back up, I could see again. I was tripping. And that's my last time fucking with that shit. I said, hell nah. But anyway, we'll let y'all up out of here, man. Don't be afraid to take the long road, set the wrong road. Do things the long way instead of the wrong way. Find somebody to help. Tell somebody you love them. You know I love y'all. And I appreciate you. We out. What's up, bro?